I tore this bike apart. I already replaced this side's wheel bearings because they were shot, so now it doesn't wobble. Changed the brakes. Now do the same thing on this side. This is what it looks like right here when you take it out. And then you have two wheel bearings and two different seals that are right there. I just took it apart and look at that. Snapped off. So now I'm just gonna finish this up, change the brakes, put it onto all four wheels, and then just probably weld that up from the other side, from the wood it's standing on it. I already have all the plastics right there that I'm gonna be tearing apart, fixing the cracks and everything with the plastic welder. Clean the carburetor, and then I'm gonna do the valves on it and see if that changes. Also, this switch is broken, so gotta fix that too. But I replaced all that. Now it's time to do everything else. This is what it looks like when you take them out there. This one's completely, that one wasn't still as bad, but this one's completely shot. There is this seal is in the back with this bearing. On this side is this seal with this bearing, like that. And then this shaft goes inside. So I'm gonna clean it up. I got the new bearing pack. That's what it looks like. We'll replace them and put it all back together. Here we got the 2000 Bigbear 400. Since y'all last seen it, it was together. Now it was taken all apart. We replaced the front wheel bearings in the front, did the brakes also, so now brakes are good and solid. Replaced the rear brakes, gotta adjust them a little bit. Took off all the plastics. I did the valves on it. The valves were very loose, so hopefully that's what caused it to tick. I did clean the carburetor. I have everything off so I could pressure washer it. I also replaced this throttle because it was broken right here and then JB welded, so I replaced it. I also replaced this, so now it has the light switch and the kill switch. I did put a new tail light on it. I just gotta wire it up to the wires. The shock, I never noticed, but the shock was snapped, so that's been welded up right here. I'm gonna be fixing up this right here with those heat shrinks, like with the solder, so that those are safe from not like having water and everything. I do have to still weld up this reverse because it's wobbling in there. Once I do that, I have all the plastics right here, right there, and right here. They're all together. I fixed that crack. I have some staples in them that's holding the crack. Same thing right there, those staples. This piece right here is also stapled. I have all of these plastics that are on it. I have them stapled also. Some of them, the pieces weren't there, but the racks also. The racks I'm gonna be sanding up and painting them. And then right now I just gotta pressure washer it. Once I pressure washer it, fix this. Actually, I could fix that later, but I could then attach all of the plastics back onto it. That one tire leaks, so when I'm getting that tire fixed, I'm gonna take that one also to get debeaded. I'm gonna see where it's leaking from. These are dry rotted, but they still hold air. So right now all brakes work. I have a new air filter inside. I got a new spark plug for it. I got a new oil filter, so I'm gonna be changing the fluids on it. I gotta do a little bit of wiring, but I could do that later. But I have to do this now before I put the plastics on, because the plastics will cover this. Look at the gas tank right there. I'm still looking for a seat, and seeing if I could get a better deal on a front bumper, but if I don't get it, it won't hurt me. That seat is fine for now. Hopefully everything works out and I can get everything fixed. The reverse switch is sometimes whenever you click it, it goes into reverse, so I'm gonna maybe adjust the clutch a little bit, maybe have to adjust the reverse right here, get this dialed in so then it only engages with the turn of that knob up top. Mainly all the bolts and everything are here for the plastics and everything, so if anything I'm missing out when I'm looking for bolts for this Honda, then I'll look and find them for this also. But she's coming along. Maybe get that pull star also replaced. It's nice that it's on all four wheels. I had this shock snap on me, so this was it wasn't on me, but I figured out it would snap once I took the tires off. That was welded back together. Now it's good. Adjust the brakes once I get it driving to make sure they're tight and good. This boot also was loose. I have it tightened back up. Everything's closed off, ready to pressure washer. So here is the Bigbear 400. That valve job that I did, it helped a little bit, but turns out that it had piston slap. This is the piston that was in it. That chunk was broken off. The good thing is whenever I took off the cylinder, it was laying inside and I seen it, so I picked it up, took it. I'm gonna be changing the oil on it since it probably has a fair amount of metal shavings in there. I did a top end on it, so the top end is done. It starts right up. Get the key. I've been also working on this LTZ. Did the top end on that so it doesn't smoke. But this thing, it had low compression. Oh, it's cold, but that's cold, but I got it to work. You know, starts right up. Compression is good. It doesn't have that loud clanking sound in the motor that was there before. So on this one, I have to put on the plastics that go right here on the mud flaps. I'm gonna see if I end up rebuilding this or just leave it off for now. The seat, I still haven't found a seat. The seat that was on it was from surprisingly a 4-Trax that had just had the foam and then duct tape wrapped around it. I got the racks also over there that I'm gonna be putting on. But this one's coming along also. This one's almost finished. Ended up replacing this lever for the reverse. Replace that. Replace this. So if I could find a bumper, I could find a bumper actually, but if I could find a seat, that's the main priority. If I could find a seat, then I'll buy the front bumper so it's a complete four-wheel, but if not, I'll just put the foam back on this one, maybe buy a cover for it, and then just sell it the way it is. Still rideable with the seat like that, and without the front bumper. Just if you hit anything, you're gonna be hitting your oil cooler and stuff like that, but somebody could else buy one or weld one up. Plastics are holding up the cracks and everything. This one's, if this is a 4-wheel I would keep, I would buy brand new plastics, because these are just horrendous. There's gashes and cracked everywhere, but it's coming together.